morning, y'all. It's Miss Keish, Journey of the Word Ministries. I'm going to read from the NIV today, just for the purpose of trying to get it done quickly. Um, Romans 1 and 20, Paul says, "For since the creation of the world, God's invisible qualities, his eternal power, and divine nature have been clearly seen, being understood from what has been made, so that people are without excuse." Let's think about this for a minute. Basically, Paul is telling us that everyone has bear witness to God's greatness, to his power, to his eternity, to his love, to his affection, to the things that he's created, bearing us no excuse when we decide to go against him. We have no legitimate reason when he shows us on a daily basis who and what he is to choose to be going with the other side. And yes, it is choosing the other side. It's good or evil. It's God or the devil. It is that black and white. There is one choice to be made. Are you with him or are you against him? There is no, I'm not sure. There is no, I'm not clear about this. There is no, I don't really know how much power God has. Do you see those trees out there? Do you? You don't have one inkling of an idea or the power to make one. You can try and grow and nurture it, but that seed came from God. That grass, the sun, the stars, the air, the animals, the insects, the people. We talk about science. Science is God, but we talk about science in a way where we're taking away from the power of God. But the reality is, he's a bad man. Every single thing that we need to survive, all of us, every living creature, has been put together, connected in a form of unity, where one hand washes the other, where we all supersede or proceed to our level of greatness by using what has been put here for us from God. He thought of every aspect of life. Now, okay, why are we struggling? Why is life so difficult? Why are all these bad things? Because we are simply choosing, as Paul has told us, because we have no excuse. The people have no excuse. God's greatness, his love and kindness, his ability, all the rules are right there for us. He even gave us the gospel. He even gave us witnesses to the gospel. He's shown us in black and white what happens if we choose opposite of the principles that he's asked us to apply to life. The needs that we have, we created those. The economical poverty that's here, we created that. Because last I checked, all the food, the water, the shelter, the means for everything that we need, God gave us free. We didn't have to pay him $59.99 to pop that tree up back there, but we can get some wood to build the house that we live in. We did. We didn't have to pay him $252.39 every month for the air that we breathe. We didn't have to pay him $156.75 to create the energy that runs electricity through our property. We choose to charge for these things. We choose to make a class. Poor, middle class, upper class. We chose that. God didn't create that. We created that. Therefore, create our own problems because we wanted to step away from unity. We wanted to step away from being one. We wanted to be bigger and better than the next instead of loving and creating and helping one another and living in unity. Greed is a big problem. You're not supposed to take more than that which you need. If we stop being greedy and stop hoarding and just help one another to survive, none of this stuff would be an issue, man. None of it. Think about it. We exchange goods and services. It could be that simple. And there would be no shame in any type of work that someone did. Oh, you just a laborer. You work with your hands. You do construction. And thank God for me, homeboy. Because you ain't living in a hut that the wind can blow down. Because I'm not afraid to get my hands dirty. Your number 2 can flush down the toilet because of them plumbers that work hard. You can drive that little 4-door, 2-door, whatever it is, down the road because of mechanics. I might like to sew. I can create clothes. I got a cousin. She's so bad. Man, she is a department store. She's a department store designer. Everybody knows in my family that she is the best. And there's lots of people like her. Take those skills, every skill. If you are a person who encourages with words, that is a skill. If you need your car fixed and he needs his toilet fixed, y'all can exchange those skills. We did all this to ourselves. God has given us every natural resource for free. Now we paid him up front. Even in our disobedience. Even in our hard-headedness. So you see, it is a choice, and a choice that we're making, and our choices are corrupting the world because God provided us everything that we needed. He left us with no excuse because every morning when you wake up, you see the sun shining. You see grass. You don't see air, but you feel it. Because I bet if that air starts to be constricted and you can't breathe, I have asthma. So I know, trust me, you're going to not need to see the air to know that it's there. He gave you that. Bear witness with honesty in your mind and know that everything that you're looking at was provided by God. That everything that you need is already here. That our greed, our lust, our resistance to working in unity, just like the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, our singular lifestyle, that me, that I, that I need it right now, that I want to be better, that competitive nature, that's the devil. The devil is in competition with us, and our dumb selves has signed up for it. We didn't need to. We do not need to. God loves us and we love him. Get in the word, spread the word, read the gospel. And this delusion that we can save ourselves, this delusion that we don't need to believe in God, that we don't need to have a relationship with God, that we don't need to apply his principles to have a successful life. I want to ask you something. Even people who don't believe in God, they apply God's principles to their life to become a success. This works for them because God is not a man that he shall lie. So when you apply what he tells you, it does work. They just don't get the full benefits because they're not in relationship with God. They are not honoring him. They're not in his presence. Now, if you can get it down, honor him, relate to him, and apply his principles for the sole purpose of love, not gain, you'll be unbeatable. Stop with the nonsense, please. We have no excuse. Every day that you look around, every day that you feel, man, I have chronic conditions. Pain is a blessing, man. Pain is a blessing. My sister is involved in healthcare or has been for a long time. And some of her patients have had some of the things that I have. And baby, they have a stranger in their home, bathing them, feeding them, cooking for them. They don't have no family that can do it or maybe ain't willing to do it. I don't know. But I know that they got a stranger in their house doing it for them. And I know that they don't feel nothing. They don't feel the pain. So although the pain be driving me crazy and I be tired, and yeah, I get exhausted. I'm not sitting there, I get exhausted. I cry. I get frustrated. But I'm grateful to feel the pain, if you can understand. That I still have feeling. So everything is good. I got some hard-headed children. They ain't even children no more. They grown and hard-headed. I'm grateful for them. Every moment of them. I'm grateful for my grandchildren, my children, children-in-laws, family. Once you grow up and you really realize what life is, you become grateful for a whole lot of things. I'm grateful for my mistakes. I'm grateful for my parents. I'm grateful for their mistakes. I'm grateful for who they are. I'm grateful for the things that they did that I was like, oh no, I would never. I'm grateful for those. You know why? Because God doesn't make mistakes. And I have to believe Romans 8:28, and everything is going to work together for my greater good. So he got a plan. I just got to make the right choices. And the choices, you guys, are all up to us. So remember what Paul says, that God's divinity, his power, his love, his grace has all been shown to us and is on a daily basis. That he is etched in our heart and we turn away from him. We have a choice. There is no deniability. There is no plausibility. There is no pleading of ignorance. Because even a child knows God, honey. We change them and revert their direction and start spouting that nonsense where they think they can do something for themselves and ain't no God. Well, there is a God. There will always be. He loves us more than we could ever comprehend. And what we need to do is make our choice. Is you going to start trying to aim to be for the Lord? Or you going to keep skiing with the devil and his temporary promises? Have a blessed day, and thank you for joining me at Journey of the Word.